It's been a long time that we have done a do-it-yourself engine oil change video. This will be a comprehensive guide on how to do an oil change on a motorcycle. In this case, we have the BMW G310R, and this process will be roughly similar on the GS and RR. Mine is Cosmic Black too, and this will be applicable across all the shades. Unfortunately, none of these motorcycles come with a center stand, so it's preferred that you take the aid of a paddock stand, where you get that stable and increased ground access with the paddock stand. Once the motorcycle is parked, you can start working on removing the belly pan. The bottom panel is secured by 4 12mm nuts. Take them one by one with the help of a 12mm spanner or a socket like this. With all the 4 fasteners out, you can get the panel out. With the panel out, you will get access to the drain bolt. I really like 2 things over here. One is the side placement of the drain bolt, which makes it easier to work on this machine, and the other is the use of hex type drain bolt. You have to use a 8mm hex tool to get the drain bolt out. One look around the motorcycle and you will notice that BMW has maximized the use of hex bolts in assembling this motorcycle. So even before taking delivery of this, I had purchased a hex bit socket set, and it did came handy in multiple occasions. Now if you are doing this on a cold engine, then I would suggest getting the oil warmed up before draining. A minute or 2 of idling followed by 2 minutes of settle time will thin out the oil and settle it down in the sump for easy drain. Let the old engine oil drain out as much as possible. It will take its sweet time to drain out, which can be utilized to clean the bolt and replace the oil filter. The oil filter sits at the front. You can use a belt type adjustable filter wrench or a cap type oil filter socket to unscrew it. I was happy to see my filter socket from the Maruti K12 engine oil filter fitting perfectly on the G310's oil filter. Sharing of tools and parts does not end here, as I got the oil filter from my local TVS service. 310 riders can note down the part number. I will share it in the video description. You can see the filter is coming from the house of Mahle or Mahala, as you like to hear the pronunciation, but just avoid calling it Mahalakshmi like my mechanic does. You can see even the OEM part number is same on the filters. With the old oil filter out and the threads wiped up, you can oil up the O-ring on the new oil filter and make it ready for installation. Usually with oil filters, people tight them swadhanusar, and it works fine with the O-ring squeezing in. But I took the pain of getting the recommended torque number and setting it through my torque adapter, where my torque adapter was set up to the recommended torque of 19 Nm and the oil filter was secured in its place. If you are someone who works on machines and does maintenance, then you can relate to the satisfaction achieved by doing a job right and the fulfillment of using the right tools and techniques for maintenance. This also brings me to discuss the basic practices like replacing the drain bolt washer with every oil change. TVS service was sweet enough to give me one for free. With everything cleaned up, the oil bolt with new washer is ready to seal the oil sump. In this case, the tightening torque for the drain bolt is 20 Nm. It's time to fill up the engine with fresh engine oil. Remove the oil filling cap and place a clean funnel for easy fill. Some engine oil cans may come with filling nozzle that eliminates the need for funnel requirement. I won't discuss the engine oil grade selection today, as there will be an upcoming video on it. I always wanted to try the Yamalube RS4GP race spec engine oil, and I guess this was the right time for it. Let me know in the comments if you want a detailed review on this race spec super expensive made in Japan engine oil. The engine took a little more than 1500 ml to settle the level between the minimum and maximum mark. Put the oil filling cap back and start up the engine and let it idle for about 2 minutes to let the oil circulate and let the oil filter take the required dose of oil. After 5 minutes of switching off the engine, the level check must be done again, and if needed, refill till you reach the required level. The primary task ends here. Just don't forget to put the bottom panel back and check the O-ring on the oil filling cap before you tighten it back and go on a spin. I guess that brings me to the end of this video, and I hope you guys have liked it.